Sentence fragment. Which of the following is a sentence fragment? A. The sun shone brightly. B. After the rain spotted. C. Birds sung sweetly. D. The flowers bloom. The correct answer is letter B. After the rain spotted. Number 2. Identify the sentence fragment. A. He walked to the store. B. Quickly running home. C. She brought milk and bread. D. The car drove away. The correct answer, B. Quickly running home. Number 3. Which option is an incomplete sentence? A. The cat sat on the mat. B. Because it was cold outside. C. Dark dogs bark at the night. D. The children played happily. The correct answer, B. Because it was cold outside. Number 4. Which is not a complete sentence? A. He wrote a letter. B. After finishing his work. C. She received the letter. D. They replied promptly. The correct answer, B. After finishing his work. Number 5. Which option is an incomplete sentence? A. She danced gracefully. B. Although she was tired. C. He sang beautifully. D. The music was uplifting. The correct answer is B. Although she was tired. Running on sentence. Instruction. Choose the option that is a run-on sentence. A. The dog barked and the cat hissed. B. The sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. C. The birds sang sweetly in the trees. D. The children play happily in the park. The correct answer is letter B. The sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. Number 2. She went to the store. She brought milk. He read a book. Then he went to sleep. Letter C. The car drove away quickly. D. The flowers bloom beautifully in the garden. The correct answer is letter A. She went to the store. She brought milk. Number 3. A. They ate dinner and they watched TV afterward. B. The food was delicious, however, the movie was boring. C. He walked to the work, he saw a friend on the way. D. She finished her homework, then she relaxed. The correct answer is C. He walked to work, he saw a friend on the way. Number 4. A. The rain pattered down, the street flooded. B. The wind howled fiercely, the trees swayed violently. C. The storm raged, but the house remained intact. D. The sun set, painting the sky with vibrant colors. The correct answer is A. The rain poured down, the street flooded. And for the last question, the game was exciting, the fun cheered loudly. B. The team played well, they won the championship. C. The players celebrated their victory, they were overjoyed. D. The coach congratulated His team, they deserved that win. The correct answer is letter A. The game was exciting. The fans cheered loudly.
Okay, let's proceed to the faulty parallelism. For number 1, faulty parallelism occurs when A. Sentences are too long, B. Subjects and verbs don't agree, C. Related sentence elements have inconsistent grammatical structure, and D. Pronoun reference are unclear. Okay, the correct answer is letter C. Related sentence elements have inconsistent grammatical structure. For number 2, correct this faulty parallelism. He is kind, generous, and always help others. A. He is kind, generous, and a helpful. B. He is kind, generous, and he always help others. Letter C. He is kind, generous, and a helper of others. And letter D. He is kind, generous, and he is always helping others. Okay, the correct answer is letter A. He is kind, generous, and helpful. Number 3, the main purpose of parallel structure is to A. Make sentence longer, B. Ensure grammatical incorrectness, C. Improve clarity and reliability, and letter D. Add emphasis to specific words. The correct answer is letter C. Improve clarity and readability. Okay, let's proceed to incorrect word usage. Number 1, affect versus effect. Which sentence correctly uses affect? A. The weather affect my mood. B. The loud music affected my hearing. Letter C. The effect of the medicine was immediate. And letter D. The painting had strong effect on me. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. The loud music affected my hearing. For number 2, which word is a noun? A. Advice, B. Advice, and C. Advice, and D. Advising. Okay, the correct answer is letter B. Advice. For number 3, if versus whether. Which sentence correctly uses whether? A. I don't know if I will go. B. He asked if or whether I was coming. Letter C. Whether you like it or not, it is true. And letter D. If it's rain, we will stay inside. The correct answer is letter C. Whether you like it or not, it is true.
This is a group of sentences that present and develop one main idea. A. Topic sentence. B. Concluding statement. C. Supporting details. D. Paragraph. And the answer is D. Paragraph. It states the main or several idea of a paragraph. A. Concluding statement. B. Supporting details. C. Topic sentence. D. Paragraph. And the answer is letter C. Topic sentence. This paragraph states or sums up the main idea. A. Concluding statement. B. Topic sentence. C. Supporting details. D. Paragraph. And the answer is letter A, concluding statement. This supports the topic sentence. It explains the main idea and gives details that relating to the main idea of a paragraph. A. Topic sentence. B. Supporting details. C. Concluding statement. D. Paragraph. And the answer is letter B, supporting details. Example of topic sentence. I think my mom would be a great teacher. This type of topic sentence that is correctly expressed in the paragraph. What is it? A. Stated or obvious topic sentence. B. Implied topic sentence. C. Topic sentence. And the answer is letter A, stated or obvious topic sentence. Example of topic sentence. Different colors may bring different meanings or symbols representation. This example is type of topic sentence that is not stated directly but is strongly suggested by the supporting details in the paragraph. What kind of topic sentence is this? A. Topic sentence. B. Stated or obvious topic sentence. C. Implied topic sentence. And the answer is letter C, implied topic sentence.
It is the topic sentence is usually found at the beginning of a paragraph where it gives a preview of and direction to the sentences that come after it. A at the beginning, B at the end, C at the middle, D at both beginning and end. The answer is A at the beginning. It sometimes the topic sentence comes at the end of the paragraph where it draws a conclusion or function as a summary. A at the beginning, B at the end, C at the middle, D at the both beginning and end. The answer is letter B at the end. It is less frequency. Topic sentence comes in the middle of the paragraph where it can provide a transition between two kinds of details. A at the beginning, B at the end, C at the middle, D at both beginning and end. The answer is letter C at the middle. It is the topic sentence can also be found in the beginning and end of the paragraph. A at the beginning, B at the end, C at the middle, D at both beginning and end. The answer is letter D at both beginning and end. All sentences in a paragraph relate to the topic sentence. All the supporting sentences in a paragraph must be relevant, meaning directly, and relate to the main idea. A. Unity. B. Coherence. C. Completeness. D. At both beginning and end. The answer is letter A. Unity. It is the sentence must hold together. That is, the movement from one sentence to the next must be logical and smooth without obvious shifts or jumps. A. Unity. B. Coherence. C. Completeness. D. At both beginning and end. The answer is letter B. Coherence. It means a paragraph is well developed. All sentences should clearly and sufficiently support the topic sentence. A. Unity. B. Coherence. C. Completeness. D. At both beginning and end. And the answer is letter C. Completeness.
Number 1. Which pattern of organization involves explaining the similarities and differences between two subjects? A. Cause and effect. B. Comparison and contrast. C. Sequence. And D. Definition. The answer is B. Comparison and contrast. 2. If a paragraph presents an issue, explains why it's a problem, and suggests ways to solve it, what pattern is it following? A. Chronological order. B. Classification. C. Cause and effect. D. Problem solution. The answer is D. Problem solution. Number 3. What does a narrative paragraph typically include to make the story flow smoothly? A. Statistics and data. B. Dialogue and repetition. C. Action verbs and transition words. D. Rhetorical questions. The answer is C. Action verbs and transition words. Number 4. How does an exemplification paragraph explain its main idea? A. By comparing two different subjects. B. By providing examples and illustrations. C. By defining a term or concept. D. By listing causes and effects. The answer is B. By providing examples and illustrations. Number 5. What pattern of paragraph developed is used to explore the relationships between a problem and its potential solutions? A. Problem solution. B. Cause and effect. C. Argumentation. D. Classification and division. And the answer is A. Problem solution.
6. A paragraph that provides specific instances to illustrate a point is using which pattern? A. Definition. B. Exemplification. C. Comparison and contrast. D. Sequence. And the answer is B. Exemplification. 7. What is the main purpose of persuasive writing? A. To entertain the audience. B. To inform the audience. C. To convince the audience to agree with a viewpoint or take action. D. To describe an event. And the answer is C. To convince the audience to agree with a viewpoint or take action. 8. What is the main purpose of narrative writing? A. To inform the audience. B. To tell a story. C. To persuade the audience. D. To describe a scene. And the answer is B. To tell a story. When a writer uses vivid details to appeal to the reader's senses, creating a clear mental picture, what is the pattern of development? A. Description. B. Narration. C. Process analysis. D. Argumentation. And the answer is A. Description. And which pattern of paragraph development uses specific stories or events to support the main idea or argument? A. Narration. B. Exemplification. C. Cause and effect. D. Compare and contrast. Is B. Exemplification.